Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. Today, we're here with the amazing Danni Nicholls. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
So glad you're here today. So I'm going to ask, how's the weather in England? Because I know where I am. We talked about this before. It's hot and sticky and gross because it's Florida, but still.
The weather, very quite a British thing to do, talk about the weather. And today was crazy weather. It was very, very warm and sunny one moment, and then we had 2 or 3 hailstones, some torrential downpours, and then hot again. So you just never know. It was a bit weird, but you know.
So maybe my theory, I was trying to send the warm weather to someone the other day. Maybe that was kind of it, because we've had that. We don't have the hail, but we have the rain and the hot. And,
It's
maybe
a strange one, but
well, we'd love to start off with the most difficult question ever.
Okay.
Who is Danni Nicholls?
Wow. Who is Danni Nicholls? Well, I'm not going to answer in third person because that'd be weird. But I am a singer-songwriter from a small town in England called Bedford, in the county of Bedfordshire. And are you looking for more like facts or a bit more,
However you want to introduce yourself. Yeah, maybe you're a singer-songwriter. Maybe you're just crazy. Yeah, whatever you want to.
Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm a complete and utter nerdy geek. I love history and that kind of thing. I like doing art. I do a lot of printmaking stuff. But yeah, I think at my core, I'm a singer-songwriter from a small town in England. That's it. Does that answer?
Perfect.
I mean, there's more to me than that, but like we just started, so I'm just gonna keep it pretty chill
That's fine. And by the time we come on for another interview, you're just gonna be like going off and telling us everything you've done in the past week, and I'm sure it's all good. Oh. So you just recently had a new release, though. I would like to mention that because Little Fictions has such a cinematic effect. I'm like, the first time I heard it, I was like, I need to write like this manuscript for this song because we need this in a movie. Like, that was my feel. I was just like,
hey, yeah. I mean, that would be good. Yeah, it did come out pretty big. And I think I heard it in my head that way. I actually, when I first wrote the song with my friend Rebecca Powell, we did not have 2 key changes. But I just, when I was singing it, I wanted it to become more, and the emotion, I wanted it to just be bigger and bolder. So I added a couple of modulations in there. And then when it was that big, I was like, well, we're going to need a whole orchestra. So, but we settled with a string, string section, which is something I hadn't done before really in that way. And it really has come out, very cinematically. So maybe one day it'll end up in a film. That would be pretty cool.
I'll work on that. I'll get on that right now.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome. Oh. But what was your inspiration behind that? Now I know that was written was that written early in the pandemic time in 2020?
February 2020.
Okay.
So
right before.
Just a few weeks. And honestly, I remember, those blissfully ignorant, innocent times of not knowing what was about to come. There was a few things in the news, but we just didn't know what was about to hit us. And we wrote that song, just a few weeks before that first lockdown really kicked in. It's kind of spooky, really, because some of the lyrics I feel are, quite prophetic. Like they, just a few weeks later, had a whole different meaning from what we intended. certain lines like, I'm sick of this place, I've got to get out. At the time meant something very different, but like a few weeks later I was singing them on live streams thinking, no, really. And yeah, the song sort of deals with struggling with self-doubt, and those voices that can come and sort of derail us. And certainly when we all got locked down and all of our lives were turned upside down, and work stopped, work stopped, and life changed, and then the song was about those sort of doubts, and trying not to beat myself up about not being productive or not writing a new album or not, I struggled with that the whole time. A lot of my friends were really writing beautiful songs and albums, putting it out on, books, and I was obviously very happy for them, but I was like, oh, nothing's happening for me. I did not have a very productive lockdown. It's changed now. It's starting to come, but I think I was just too overwhelmed with everything that was going on, and I just wasn't processing things in real time. But yeah, sorry, I've warbled on, and I can't remember exactly what you asked me. But
no, that was perfect. I mean, that's fine, because you're right, and then that's the one thing about with the lockdowns in general. I mean, and I say that because now England and Europe and other places, even New Zealand finally, I think, has the clear to travel, right? After they're on their last lockdown, I think, just recently.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's been crazy, and the US, obviously, we barely had lockdowns. I mean, we had lockdowns, but I think they were different.
Yeah.
And yeah, the US is just a little weird sometimes and things, but it's good. Everyone's different.
Everyone's different. And crazy time. We had like 3 different lockdowns, and you couldn't, there was no shops. You were allowed to go for one daily walk, and it was just, it was crazy. But
that's part I didn't get, was the walk thing. So I'm like, wait, if everyone's walking and they're walking separately apart, like, no one's near each other, I don't see the issue. They should be able to go for multiple walks. It's fine. Like, come on, this isn't prison, I'm just saying.
It got crazier and crazier, but we got through it. So it's all good. But,
So we'll change the subject totally. Who are some of the women that inspired you to do music?
Oh, so many. Oh, wow. Gosh. Well, I often say that the reason I picked up the acoustic guitar is because I became 100% completely obsessed with Suzanne Vega when I was 15 maybe. And I really love Suzanne Vega, and so I traded a couple. I could never play the keys. I just had these keyboards, and I was like, I'm never gonna. So I traded them in for an acoustic guitar, and started learning. So she was like probably one of my favorite early influences. Eva Cassidy, and then Sheryl Crow, and Carole King was a big one as well. There were a ton, but
there's some great ones, and I think it's the first time I've heard out of an interview someone say Suzanne Vega, because I mean, I've loved her. I think just in general, and I don't think people realize, besides Luca and Tom's Diner, all the other stuff she's done, like, beautiful.
The Queen and the Soldier is like just this epic epic tale, and the melody and the finger style. And she was my first folk gig that I went, like real gig that I ever went to. I'd been to the big pop arena shows, the Spice Girls and Take That and all that. But my dad's girlfriend took me. She was a big Suzanne Vega fan, which is how I discovered her. And she took me to my first show. And I stood middle center and just looked up, and it was just the most incredible feeling. Transcendent. I just couldn't believe she was there and making that music in my ears for real, and just watching her play. And Yeah, it was amazing. And that was it. I was like, this is the life I want. This is it. This is all I ever want to do forever and ever. So thanks, Suzanne.
That's beautiful. So would you like to do our 20 crazy questions?
All right. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. Should they be short or like, can I elaborate, or are they quick fire?
You can elaborate. Some of them you should elaborate on, I would think. Okay. And of course, I promise there's nothing here that will get us arrested yet.
Okay. Well, see what we can do about that.
Okay, great. Okay, as long as you promise to protect me. I'm not a fighter, so, you know.
Oh, me neither.
Oh, but we might be in trouble then. It's okay. Wait, there's two of us, so maybe it'll work.
It'll be fine.
So what is the current song that you like to either rock out to or chill out to?
Oh, any of the songs on my Devitre's new album. What's it called? Violet Light. Just beautiful. I'm chilling out to Maya's new record. Is a record okay, or does it need to be a song?
No, record's good. That is fine.
Okay. What
is the last thing you read?
In its complete form, or could it be something I'm reading now?
It could be something you're reading now.
Okay, I'm slowly getting through Ernest Shackleton's book that he wrote after coming back and surviving his Antarctic exploration. It's fascinating.
Oh, can't remember what it's called. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out now. It sounds good.
I'll have to go and see what it's called. Ernest Shackleton's book. You know the one.
Okay. You'll have to message me later and tell me what it's called then.
I will.
Okay. Tell us, what are the top 2 concerts you've ever been to?
Top 2? Ooh. Mm-hmm. Oh, there are so many concerts. That's
why we give you 2 chances, because you say one, you're like, no, we should have said this one, so at least 2.
Well, I've already mentioned the Suzanne Vega one, which was fairly life-changing, but we'll put that aside. Brandi Carlile at the Concord in Brighton, which is this tiny, tiny little venue. And I was already at the height of my fandom, and it was a small venue, and she and the twins just rocked it. And it was amazing. And so many. Gillian Welsh and Dave Rawlings, also in Brighton at the Dome. Just their quiet, understated majesty was just like really just right there in my face. It was amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, tell us, what job would you be terrible at?
Oh, that's amazing. All of the other jobs, that is not my job. You know what? Oh.
Okay, so let me change the question a little. What job would you feel that you would be like a total, I don't want to say failure, but would not be, you don't feel skilled that this would be awesome, like you would enjoy doing it? Like someone told me waitressing the other day, because they're like, I'm clumsy, I drop everything. So waitressing is not for me.
Do you know what though? I'm thinking like, this sounds egotistical, but I'm a perfectionist Virgo, and I'd be like, I would make sure that I was good at anything. Like naturally, probably like retail, just because I don't like shops. I don't like shopping, really. And I think standing around, like, I think I just get too antsy, and like putting things on hangers. Definitely. Any job in retail, like in a shop, clothes shop.
Perfect. I don't think I could do that either, at least not for like more than a day or 2, or
No, I appreciate anyone who does it, because when I go in and everything's like in size order and everything's nicely hung in the right order, I appreciate it. So, but I could do it. So,
what is the first thing you would do if you won the lottery?
Oh, I'd probably buy a building that I could live in, have a venue in, have an art workshop in, and have like maybe outbuildings or like land that I could host artist retreats on. Yeah.
Love that
That
idea.
yeah, just to have a space where I could just carve out the life, you know,
Yeah.
that I would
Kind of
want.
that live, work, all balance. Like where you don't
Yeah, and
have to travel all over. Well, you can still travel, but it's just kind of all in
have
one
people
area.
come and accommodate, have people come, put them up, traveling musicians, and then
Mhm.
collaborate together and eat together and perform together. Yeah.
Sounds beautiful. So, do you have a game plan for zombie apocalypse?
No, but well, I have completed all of Walking Dead. So I've been like taking notes of things to do and things to think about. And actually recently, this is funny, I started with a personal trainer because it really did cross my mind that like if anything crazy ever happened, I need to be stronger than I am. So yeah, I've
Well,
been
well, I'm
getting
really glad that you took notes.
getting strong and taking notes in Walking Dead. Yeah.
Much better plan than I've had. I've been joining everyone else. I'm like, someone's like, we have everything. We have the food. We have the guns. I'm like, okay, I'm there. Whatever. Just tell me what you need me to do.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I'm not quite there. It's all up here. That no
Okay.
actual stockpiling has happened. Um yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't last very long, but it's okay.
Okay, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Tell us what album or albums or artists we should listen to before we die.
Um wow. My friend Kashana, I don't know if you've heard of Kashana, Kyshona. Everyone, everyone should know about Kashana because she is incredible. And her album Listen is just a must. It will really make you think about how you're walking through the world. Really important. What else? I mean, literally just albums that I love that I think everyone should
Yeah.
hear. Is that the
Yeah,
question?
absolutely. Like I would tell everyone they have to listen to at least one Dolly Parton album if they've never listened to Dolly Parton. But of course, we know most people have. So
Right. Yeah. So Kashana, 100%. And yeah, I mean Brandy Carlisle, like
yeah,
she's just the best. My favorite is Bear Creek. But everything's amazing. And wow, this is hard. Why is it so hard? There's so much music, I think.
there's so much music. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, are those two okay?
That's perfect.
I mean, I think Brandy has literally the best voice, like perhaps ever. And I know that's really a bold statement because everyone has different characters their voice, but she literally has everything. And her and Patsy Cline, I think, are the greatest. The
Yes,
greatest.
absolutely. I
Anyway,
would
that's
agree.
my thing.
I agree.
And,
This is
and Ella,
amazing.
Ella Fitzgerald is up there as well, and
Mm.
Nina Simone, and oh gosh, yeah, God, don't give me, yeah, okay, so
I think it's hard to just pick one. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's hard to pick just one because there's so many amazing people out there in general.
yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
So, who would play you in a movie about your life, or who would you want to play you?
Ooh, he's so great. This is hilarious. Um, who would play me? Well, this is going to sound again egotistical, but like I really love her, but she also happens to look a bit like me, and that's Gal Gadot.
That's not egotistical at all. I don't want her to play me just because she's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, she's awesome, but like, yeah, when Wonder Woman came out, quite a few of my friends sent me screenshots saying, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Well, we could be related, but she's my, taller, skinnier cousin, maybe." But, no, she's awesome. And who else? I mean, you just asked for one, so let's leave it at that.
Okay, well, if you find another one, you can always tell me. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, do you prefer boots or heels?
Boots. Boots with heels.
Boots with heels. That works too.
Okay, great.
Okay, so this is a little different in the UK. Where's Wally?
Where is Wally? I mean,
Tigger says hi. She jumped in.
Where's Wally? He is in the train station.
He's in the train station?
Yeah.
We'll have to find him.
Yeah. Gosh.
Oh, so hypothetically.
I could think of something like quick and witty for that, but like I was like, I really don't know.
It's okay. Usually people don't get these weird questions in interviews. I know that. That's why we did them.
God, it's keeping me on my toes. But yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So hypothetically, if I came to you and said, I need to hide a dead body, do you know a good place?
Yeah. Without, this is crazy, but like intact, like you want to find not like a mess like getting rid of a body, but a good spot to put a body.
Yeah, maybe hide the body. I don't know. I mean, there's been all kinds of different things. I've had someone tell me there's a lake they can put it in.
Thought we might be in trouble.
Yeah, because if we ever do find a body there, they might come to us first. So, and then we'd have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah. Well, when the beginning of lockdown, I redid I got a little patio area, and it was like an overgrown, horrible garden. It was like a jungle, and you could hardly get to my door. My dad and I like paved it, and like it took a while. It was just something to do in the lockdown. But we found a Victorian well that went on forever and ever, and we like dropped a stone, and it just like never splashed. So probably there.
That sounds kind of scary, but yeah, that's great.
Yeah, just in my garden.
That's perfect. No one will find him there.
Yeah, great. Apart from now, everyone knows, but
Right. Well, hopefully no one goes missing that we know, right?
Right.
What's the best thing since sliced bread?
What's the best thing since sliced bread? Oh my god, this is brilliant. The best thing since sliced bread is oh, come on, brain. Good. What's good? Avocado toast, I guess. But that's on
that's
bread.
Great.
It's upgraded.
Well, it's toasted bread. Yeah.
You got to toast it and put avocado on it, and then it's better.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I am that millennial that am I millennial? I don't know what that means, but I am that person who will pay £15 for avocado toast. I just am, and I'm not really ashamed either. So
you're gonna have to come to Florida because like avocados are everywhere here. So like yeah.
I bet they're just delicious as well. The ones over here are just, I don't know, not ideal.
They are, yeah. Of course, it seems like a lot of times if you go to the stores here, they're from Mexico, and I'm like, what? We're in Florida. We grow them here. Why are we not having more Florida avocados?
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure.
You would think, right?
I probably know where mine come from, and that's a whole other, conversation about avocados. And I'm not a bad person. Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, What's the worst pizza topping?
Oh, anchovies.
Hmm.
Yeah, just no, no. They're just anchovies and capers. Is that's the thing, isn't it? That people do like both. Why would you have both? Um, yeah, but I'm also that person who is all for pineapple. So who am I to
Yes.
say? Pineapples, I literally can't have a pizza without pineapple. I will put pineapple on every pizza. And I've had a lot of stick for that over the years. I got fully shamed recently in a restaurant for it. And yeah, that's not ideal, is it? But there you go. No to
Well, then
anchovy, yes to pineapple.
we'll have to get you into the big pineapple pizza debate. I think we're going to have a final debate and have, the pineapple and the no pineapples, because it's one or the other. Most people don't seem to have that middle. It's either or.
No, I'm all for it. So,
do you have any guilty pleasure music? If so, what is it?
yeah, I've been known to put, just Disney playlists on. Is that that? I think that's
Is that
cool.
I know, is that something that no one knows you really listen to?
No, I'm a theater kid, so I'm like, I listen to Disney, that's fine.
Yeah, we all listen to Disney.
Maybe, I mean, sometimes Enigma. Do you remember that like late
Oh yeah.
like Return of Innocence? And like it was quite a big thing in my like early teens. And like sometimes for the nostalgia, I'm like really fancy a bit of Enigma.
Yeah.
And that's embarrassing. No one really knows how they do.
Well, that's
Yeah.
perfect. I'm glad to have embarrassed you over some music.
Yeah, that's awful, isn't it? Oh God. Okay, thanks.
No, anytime. At what age do you feel that you became an adult?
I
Not.
I do not feel like an adult still.
Okay.
I don't know.
So that's
I feel less of an adult now than I did in my like early 20s. I was like with someone and moved into a house and was doing all grown-up things like having house parties and guests and cooking and getting a cat and did all of that for like 10 years when I was really young. And then that stopped and I was like, well, now I have to relive my youth, and I'm sort of still doing that. So that's a really tricky one. Basically, I don't really feel like I am an adult. I'm still just roaming around playing songs and trying to figure out what I should do. So
that's perfect. I
yeah,
believe we never have to grow up, but we have to grow old.
exactly. I'm with you.
Tell us something on your bucket list.
Well, to do a full-on tour in America, which since I was literally 5 years old, that's all really I've ever wanted to do, was travel around the States playing music. So that's a main one, which it's happening on a small scale in August. I'm really excited about that. But apart from that, I really, really want to go to Japan.
That sounds
and
awesome.
Eat all of the sushi. Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
yeah, so many. But
So when you go, you should call me, because I'm interested in the whole sushi idea. Yes.
yeah, I love it, and I think it's just going to be out of this world over there. And just for the whole, complete culture shock, and like I just love. Yeah, I love the idea of Japan. So yeah.
Beautiful. If you could be any person or any position, like an accountant, a doctor, maybe the queen, who or what position would you want to be for the day, and why?
Oh wow. Um, hmm. Well, now you said the Queen, I've got that in my head, but actually, she just works a lot. I don't think she's
Yeah.
that, you know. I don't know. I don't think I want to be the Queen. Um, yeah, maybe like some A-list celebrity, not celebrity, but like glamorous actress. I think that would be fun. Just to swan around and really ham up that kind of like wear a gown and wear shades and be chauffeured around and literally go anywhere and like, yeah, that would be kind of
Yeah.
cool, I guess.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, fun.
So, what do you wish would magically clean itself? The laundry, the dishes, the whole house, the car?
Yeah, all of the
All the
above.
above?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a clean freak, neat freak. So yeah, I always just want things to be clean. Um, the oven, that's one I haven't tackled for a while. And every time I'm like, oh no. And it's just such a horrible job. And it's just never easy. And you can never get all the bits. And it's gross. Yeah. Yeah. Can you get self-cleaning ovens? I feel like you can these
You
days.
can. Yes.
Well, let's go back to that lottery question, and I'd buy myself a
Self-cleaning
self-cleaning
oven?
oven. With my lottery winnings.
If I hit the lottery, I'll definitely buy you one. Just make
Well,
your life
thank you.
easier.
Very kind. It's too kind. Thank you.
Oh, would you rather cook or order in?
Oh, depends on the day, but I love cooking actually. Um, but I love ordering in, so probably cook. Yeah, because it's just slightly healthier and
Do you have a favorite meal you like to cook?
um not really. I'm in a quite it's quite a new thing, this love of cooking. I think from in the lockdown, obviously we had to do that, and I really had time to spend. And now I'm just in an exploratory phase, so I like to do all sorts of things and just make it up and yeah. So, but one thing I do love to do is my grandmother's from southern India, and she taught me coconut chicken recipe, and that's my sort of go. If I have a dinner party or something, I'll pull that one out because it's pretty good.
Oh, wonderful. I think family recipes sometimes are the best.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, there's a few gems that she's taught me over the years, but yeah, that's my fave.
So, do you have any words of wisdom that you live by? And if so, what are they?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. Um, one really good one, which was when I first heard it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a new mantra, was everything you everything you want is the other side of fear. So that's, yeah, all the good things are the other side of fear. So that's a good one. Um, everything is for me, is the universe is for me, and so is everything else. Is quite, when I've got a lot of doubt or I'm fearful or I don't think that I can do something, just to bring that kind of like the universe has got my back, and I subscribe to that. Just surrendering to that bigger force, or the
Yeah.
path. Um, I do all of those kind of things in my brain to help me. And yeah, there's a few others, but I can't think of them right now.
That's perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, I
great.
think we all have. I think it just depends on the day and the time sometimes. And we're like, oh well, this is also something I need to use today. Like, yeah, with those different things that make
And then,
positivity in your life, and yeah,
yeah. Also, oh my gosh, all of the accounts that I subscribe to on Instagram are just those self-help memes. So I'm just like trying to think, but there's just so many that they've all become like what like
yeah,
mush.
they go together.
Um, but I'm not. Yeah, those two are
Yeah, it does.
pretty good. But
And everything happens for a reason.
yeah, yeah. I guess that's part of it. Just surrender. That surrendering.
Yeah.
This too shall pass is a nice one.
Yeah.
Like, I was just talking about this today. Like the joy of impermanence. Like nothing lasts forever. So if you
Except
feel really
change.
bad today, not gonna last, even though you think it feels like it will, like it won't. So that's good.
That's perfect. So tell us, what does the rest of 2022 look like for you? I know you mentioned a little bit about the tour in the US. So do you have any more tour dates in the UK as well for our UK listeners?
I have a few more little things coming up in June, but I'm just finishing up my big UK tour, which I've been planning for 3 years. It was rescheduled 3 times. It was due to happen in spring 2020, April, May 2020, and then we redid it for 21, and now we're finally doing it. So my last tour dates are just coming up at the weekend. But I'm playing a few things in the UK. All the dates are on the website. But yeah, the main thing is coming to the US, and I'm playing Mile of Music Festival in Wisconsin first weekend in August, and then all sorts of house concerts through that area, and then over in Colorado and Santa Fe, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh,
And then probably in the autumn some more dates, but I don't know where yet. And I'll be focusing on writing new material and getting ready for a new recording project. I think it's probably about time to do that, and I've got some songs I'm excited to record, and yeah, loose plans at the moment. I'm quite used to like just keeping plans loose at the moment, because things change. So I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. And if you want, we could just kidnap you in the fall to Florida here, and we'll just kidnap you, and no one will ever notice.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's just put it out there. I'm going to do a little tour in Florida in the autumn. It's yet to be booked, but it's probably going to happen. So that's good.
Wonderful. Oh, well, it's been a pleasure having you, and you are welcome back anytime. And for everyone watching, make sure you go check out the links below. Check out Danni's site and the new song, Little Fictions.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is like the funnest interview I've ever done, and the most challenging too. I gotta think on my feet, but it was super fun. Yeah, so thanks.
I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode. Have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.